I want to tell you all about a project that is really, really close to my heart. It was a show, a theatre show that I made with Bob, Sarah, and our theatre company that we started just out of university. So, for this project, I felt in my element. In one day, I could go from finishing the details on like a beautiful costume to delving into some personal truths and supporting my cast to do so, to getting out in the community and engaging in really important conversation. For this project, I felt like I could see transformation happening around me. I could see a community building in front of us. I knew that some of these stories could help to change lives. I thought I was exactly where I was meant to be. So we get to dress rehearsal day, and there are 21 humans in our space, and they are ready to go. And in 10 minutes' time, I'm going to go give them a pep talk that is going to make all of the difference. And this is the bit I love. It's the bit, it's my favourite. So I go to walk through that door, and I notice this one feeling of hollowness that has been popping up a lot for me, and I push that aside. And I go to walk through that door, and I can't put one foot in front of the other. I forget how to get oxygen inside of my lungs. I can't do it. And I remember I found the closest exit, and I ran outside really, really quickly, and I found a safe space behind a tree. And I didn't know what was happening, but I knew I didn't feel like me anymore. I was shaking, and I felt this wave wash over me saying, "You're not enough. You can't do this." I remember thinking, maybe I have to quit. I don't want to quit.
So fast forward 2 months. We're in week 2 of Live the Dream, Jodie's idea, and we are honing in on our purpose. We know that it's something to do with people and the power of sharing our stories. And I'm just riding this high that I get from the thrill of the commitment that we're making. Like, we're doing this. Us 3, all in. This is really happening. 3 best friends hurtling into the unknown at this exhilarating pace. Only it kind of looks like Jodie's got 1 foot on the accelerator and 1 foot on the brake. I don't know if she's okay. We don't really know what's wrong.
I really don't want to hold these guys back.
We don't want to leave her behind.
I know that we're so close to making really positive change.
We know how much she cares about this.
Guys, I need to focus on my mental health. I can't keep going like this.
And in that brave moment, we realized that we had 2 options. Option 1, we suck it up and we try to push through because we know that we're really close to making a difference and this passion is driving us, and if we could just work a little faster and a little smarter and a little harder, we could really make some change here. Or option 2, we call it quits now and we concentrate on looking after ourselves because we are our biggest resource and we are not okay. And in this moment, what we notice, what we realize is that, yeah, neither of these options are good enough for us. Neither of these options are good enough for our country, where suicide is more of a problem than road accidents in terms of we're losing more lives here. Yeah. So, thank you. So in this moment, we just stop believing that making the world a better place and making ourselves a better place are 2 different things. Worse, that those 2 things are in competition with each other, destroying each other. Yeah, we reject the story that tells us that burning out is some kind of honourable sacrifice that we have to make if we are truly heart-set on making a difference and passion-led. We reject that. And we make a decision to go all in on figuring out option 3. And we don't know what it looks like, but we know we have to find it.
So fast forward 18 months to right now. We are CoLiberate, and option 3 is no longer an unknown, a hypothesis, it's a living reality. Option 3 is the commitment to putting our well-being first every single day. So that's our physical, emotional, mental, social well-being. It looks like me sending a text being like, I'm exhausted, I'm not going to be in the office till 11. It's declaring, I'm in a shame storm because I haven't finished enough things on my to-do list, therefore I'm not enough.
It's me being able to turn up, go into work and know that I can be met as my thriving, authentic self or my thriving, vulnerable, authentic self.
It's greeting vulnerability as power and emotions as information.
It's saying, actually, I'm going to have a 10-minute break outside before we go into this meeting. It's trusting that my team understand and that I don't have to justify my choices when I put my well-being first. It's not leaving our baggage at the front door, it's bringing it in all the way up the stairs, opening it up and being like, what in here is so heavy, you know? Get it out, let it out. It's an absolute commitment to putting our well-being first and making sure that we have our own badass self-care and getting shit done too. Yeah. It's still growing, still doing a TEDx talk. It's still delivering a badass program that's just changing so much lives and making so much social impact in the mental health in the workplace. Mm-hmm. It's flying all the way to Auckland to be right here. It's cool. But it's hard. Like, there's so many pressures and there's deadlines and there's so many exciting opportunities coming our way that we just don't want to say no to. Mm-hmm. And so it just fills up our capacity because we just want to do them. We want to make change. We just want to do it. And then sometimes we're like, yeah, I'll take my only day off to do this really important work. And then we're like, we know that we shouldn't do that. It's not good for us to take up our only day because we have to fill our cups back up by ourselves. Think of our personal well-being first so we can reconnect with our sense of self and our own personal purpose that's separate from our work. It's really important to separate our productivity and self-worth. So therefore, if we reconnect with ourselves, then we can openly and outwardly connect with the world and support others. If we support ourselves first, we can support others. So our organisation helps others to do the same. So I invite you to think about and explore, what's your option 3? What does that look like? How can you declare your needs? How can you check in with others? How do you upregulate yourself when motivation dips? It looks different for each of us, and I invite you to explore what it looks like for you. We are our organisation's biggest resource, and our well-being is the resource that impacts on our business the most. That's why we're always investing in it, always exploring it. We owe it to each other and the world to look after ourselves. It is not just our mission, it's our mindset. Thank you.